We talk. Hey, you made it. Take a breath. This is your moment. Right here, right now. We talk big dreams, small steps, real days, messy hearts, and finding our way. Welcome to this big life, where the little things change everything. Pull up a chair, press play. Let's groove, let's live, yeah, this big life.
Hello and welcome to this podcast. I'm smiling on stand. You think she always says that I'm not ready. No, here I am, far away on cylinders, and she's sitting here laughing. She's sitting here laughing. Her name is Siobhan. Look over, yes, I'm not here. I'm at the end of sitting out of here. And you know what, in fairness, I always do look over at the one both of us, so it's a bad habit, because we were recording, we have a dodgy thing here for the phones with the camera. What is that called? The dodgy set? It's called a DJI Osmo Pocket. Okay. It's my little it's my little friend, Mocha friend, and it looks like a lot of details. Yeah, exactly. Hello. So hello and welcome to everybody, and to this week's this week's podcast. Oh God, I tell you, it's going to be a long one. It's going to be a long one. And Nicola named it different chocolate. Yeah, so you can see we're in different places. So and now I know how I'm gonna get here. Because the ones I've seen all those, but these had fucking dandelions, pigs in the beds, one from them blowing the wind jokes, weeping willows, the ones they're not old at all. They're literally just pigs in the field with tarmac. Well, now in fairness, now I don't know how the sat nav brought you to where it did, because in like it's not hard to get here from you over the Pila Hotel. It's not hard. Pilo. The Pilo, we were having this. Oh, yes, we filmed Gallivanting again. Yes. On Gallivanting, I said I've been waiting tomorrow in the Pilo, and I said to Siobhan, you know what? Shall we record this evening? I'll go over and I'll stay in the Pilo, you know, because our budget has allowed this. No, I actually was telling now. I rang the Pilo directly. I said to him, I'm coming up there, I'm doing one more on Saturday, but I sounded very posh. I said, I actually have to go up early on Friday to record an episode of Podcast. You know? Don't worry, I was just wondering, is there any offers that you can, like it's quite expensive staying over in hotels. This is my bull mouth story. No, I started off well. I got a discount. Did you? I did, yes. I got a lovely discount. And I have to say, it is absolutely beautiful. It's a nice hotel, isn't it? It's got a lovely hotel. I forgot to tell you this. Poor Ben is with me. He's gone to bed. He hurt his back from work yesterday. She hurt his back. One he hurt his back. I did not have any hand act apart from it. But she did. On the pool, there's a tap on the side of the pool, right? Yeah. And I seen this man going over and press the button, and there's like, you know, like a, what do we call that? An Amazon, a rain shower. Oh yeah, a rain shower. Yeah, it's like this power shower coming down. I thought, well, that looks nice. I'll go over and put my shoulders under that now and be grand. It's a cold one. Yeah, it's not cold. Rosa. No. Oh, the pain of it. It's not a monthly. Pressure like you're making. So when Ben came in, I said to him, you should go, but that's gorgeous. And Ben is a baby me. So he goes over to the thing. Spoiled, so yeah, so we can change that with Ben. What? Because we all talk about it. Oh yeah, but sure you can't get looking. You know? You can't when he's off mind the scene and himself to see him because he's drinking the whole lot. He's our assistant. It's the first podcast that we've had in private assistant. You got to go to look, our stream is down behind us there again. We did have Spotify on there, and we know we have to get that back. I'm not saying, fourth remote. Just turn it off there. Sure.
I know.
It looks like
I'm not very techie, but anyway, look at. But yeah, so
I think about the LG. I know, Nicola, this
this is what Micaiah, yeah. Micaiah got us this with this big life as well.
Siobhan Melanie, and you scan the little thing and the song comes up, isn't
Yeah.
it cool?
Yeah,
There you go.
And
Yeah,
the one said, yeah, so the budget has allowed Nicholas to stay overnight and to get for us to get an assistant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you don't walk.
Like we're not deciding people anymore.
Oh no.
Yeah, you sat there. You sat
What is it? Oh, damn.
Somebody's.
I said, oh,
Why? How would you? I can't say, you know, you might say, when you are, I see you got the thing there. You know?
and I actually remember one day, and this man came in and he sat down, he said, you know, he said, hello, and I said, hello, how are you? And I knew he'd says, you know, when someone has notions, Siobhan,
Yeah.
and I knew he had small a few notions. Anyway, he said, are you staying over? And I said, yeah, I'm staying over tonight. And he said, oh, I'm a member here. Whatever. Oh, lovely. And he said, beautiful. Yeah. He said, when I took it easy with work, I retired and I only do whatever I do now. And he told me what I don't know. And I said, yeah, I only do this. And like it was a big money he was obviously on. And now I just do this myself and consulting in whatever he used to work at. And I said, lovely. So he said, so what do you do yourself? And I said, oh, I'm actually a One Spirit interfaith minister with One Spirit Ireland. And I couldn't get enough fucking more.
This was on you whenever.
Yeah, no hand. I was seeing what they're in. If you don't have to go for the body wash right when I'm in the morning, no. No, thanks. I didn't.
When you're having to know.
No, just telling me I was a One Spirit interfaith minister.
I wouldn't be on the record.
But I swear to God, it's going to choosy. Well, we're not talking what we want to talk about this week, but before we talk about the topic, that's what reminded me when you said that. We're going to be talking about backhanded compliments, right? And a few good ones. There's a few good ones out there. And if you want to really want to give someone the backhand when they give you the backhanded compliment, but you just kind of grin and
how do you deal with that? And so we'll talk about that in a few minutes. Yeah. But we want to talk about it. We had a lovely emails, but you know, lads, now you would see on both our pages that we were high flying there with stringy crowns with our dragons, thinking we were God's gift.
we want God's gift.
Oh, you're gorgeous, so very.
Oh, it's lovely. I don't know what you're looking at.
Moment in time.
To a bit sound forward. And we're recording you up in Dreamy Corams and Nicky's goal. She let us in. She let us into the door. I'm sorry, Nicky. We apologise now, but we were like two big kids, weren't we?
Yeah.
And she had great information, like in all fairness, because it's one of the things that a lot of boys like that I do chatting to are terrified of is dress shopping. So she had some great information.
Fabulous information because you know there was so many different aspects of that you actually took for granted. That you know what I mean, like even paying beforehand. I never knew that you actually had to pay for your appointment.
Yeah,
I never knew that. Yeah.
And lots of places do that now. And hairdressers do that now. And beauty salons because people just think, oh, and come up and
you're bringing in staff to look at, and it's a very one-to-one, isn't it? It's very more, when you're getting your wedding dress, it's a very one-to-one. Like it's time you spent. It's not like as if you're going to in a shop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's very
no, it is. Yeah, so it was great. So if you haven't seen that, so definitely.
I landed in.
And it's got a bit of salted caramel.
Yeah.
Let me look after her because after taking our watch, 3 years to get here.
Well, do you know what? Now I know why. But I'm here now and I'm going to make an invite. So we have a couple of emails. We never want to go. I know, don't you get it? You know what I mean? Maybe they say to you, what's for breakfast? We'll have you look for it. I know. So, well, I'm such a little bit up there. No. I'm having a soup while I'm in it. I'm landed in Dublin, so I can't see properly, so it's fun to wonder. Anyway, we did get an email. It was in regard to the episode about the wedding dresses. So it said, hello guys, I really enjoyed your episode of wedding dresses, although it brought back memories of my wedding in 1990. I went shopping for my dress in Camden Street, Dublin, at a wedding shop that people told me would have bigger sizes. I was so excited, really happy. But when I called the shop, the lady said, sorry, don't mean to insult you in any way, but we don't stock your size. Yeah, that was a blow to my confidence. I wouldn't go anywhere else. I went home. Then my mother had a quiet word in the ear of our neighbour who made dresses for ballerinas, if you don't mind.
Very good.
She had made a few wedding dresses, but not too many, and she made mine. And wow, it was a 1920s style with pearls and lace, stunning. The best day of my life. I felt beautiful for the first time ever, but it made me think of all the poor girls that just picked a wedding dress because it fit them, but it wasn't what they wanted. It didn't look right. So I'll always be so thankful for the work that they put into my dress. I wish I had that day back again. I really enjoyed this episode. Keep them coming. Lots of love. So there we go. So
Oh,
that's
wow.
it. So, and there's more people like that who messaged and commented on the thing as well to say that it was amazing to watch. Because, like, what would you say? We're not, well, Siobhan's a model, I'm not a model, but we're ordinary people going in to try on these clothes and curvier ladies, which is always a bonus to see. Because there's no point in modelling plus size clothes on a size 10, 12,
And you
14.
know what? So
Pointless.
often you see that. So
Oh,
like
very
look
good.
at brochures, and you know even some of like the Simply Bees, the Occident.
It's gone. Occident was gone, you know.
It's gone.
It's gone down.
Are you serious?
Oh my God, we should have done all we were so on that. Occident is Occident. Occident is gone. You know, the blood ups and downs. Sympathy with ups and downs. Honestly, I don't understand.
I can't believe that. That was 100 years old. I think the child my mother or stuff on Hawk says. To me, so I never heard her say because she was mother and stuff. I said, I'm seriously, I don't think she knows that.
Then when it's only in the end of April, I think. It slows down.
That means one of these, you know the way obviously it changed and you could actually go online.
Yeah.
That means still one of these ones that look like brochures and line up and yeah. So actually she doesn't even know that.
Yeah, so it said, oh yeah, I didn't know, somebody shared it and I was like, oh no,
That must be 100 years old.
I genuinely am nearly 99.9% sure I got my confirmation dress that once.
And close. Yeah, well, anyway, no, I can't believe that was like it's part of history.
It's part of one. I mean, like, we all grew up purchasing off Oxendales.
No,
Yeah.
anyway, so that so even like that simply doing there's a lot of women out there that actually do some of the plus size when you go and look at the
They're not.
it's not plus size to that's do that's why
It's not even mad. And that's the up and the downside of influencers, right? So influencers, yeah. Influencers. No, I don't think that you might be. I'm not. I'm influencing in the wrong good way. Without the love, but it's like I just say I do love to look at photos on real people, on proper people. So I did. I got a haul the other day.
I think it's gorgeous. Loved the little dress with the little piece.
For the podcast.
Yeah, I loved that with the little piece of lace on it.
Yeah, it's class.
I love it.
So comfortable. It's Sheen, 4XL, and it fits me. But I did work. There was a dress on your story, and I really liked it. And I thought, oh, I might get that. I don't know. But it was so hard to tell because the models were not plus size. They were probably maybe 14, 16.
Yeah.
Like, they're not like proper plus size, as I always say. So then I looked at Jess on the plus size, Jess Millichamp.
Yes. Yeah.
She's lovely, I love Jess. And she had some of them on her, so I could base it off her. But I don't think it would suit me now.
Yeah.
So I didn't order Jet because I was after getting the Sheen haul. Ben actually said, how many dresses did you order?
Can I just put my hand up and say, you are. Brian was right.
No, but I'm clearing out my wardrobe, Siobhan.
No, but come in, I tell you, you got you see me, you never actually have a problem. Did we discuss this already? You actually have a problem.
No, but I'm clearing out my wardrobe.
But what?
Because.
But you can there every couple of weeks, Nicola.
But that's why, Siobhan. But that joke said that on in the vintage or vaulted video.
Yeah.
That was €12.
But you're missing the point of this.
Well, I'm not. You're missing the point of it. Hold on. It was €12. And I'm going 4 dress for tenner. Oh, what on cost me?
Well, you're right. What were we on Vinted this week?
What?
Stuff that was on. Well, you don't make a fortune, as you know. No, but stuff that was on for like what I would say even a couple of months. All of a sudden, 3 or 4 of them sold this week.
Yeah,
it was mad.
That's a big one.
It was mad.
No,
And like you know, I had to get really to post them all. That was funny.
Yeah. Then I'm seeing them post and stuff. 'Cause, you know, it's like, you don't really like getting.
You know, like you post a few together and you just get the tags into
Oh,
it,
yeah.
the labels and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, honestly,
Well, see, I didn't mine. That's
I
what I mean.
see, I don't, yeah, see,
Yeah,
I
but I did use the digital one the other day because Siobhan told me about the digital one.
Yeah.
I was punching off and then Siobhan said, no, you can scan it.
You can scan your phone,
That's
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did that the other day. But anyway, I did get a Sheen haul the other day. But it's the point again is on that people say, what size did you order? A couple of people messaged me, what size did you
No, I
order?
haven't had much not looking.
Oh, I got everything I loved. Apart from two that are kind of, well, there was one and it was kind of like dead as a duck on me. But there was another one then that kind of sat, as I was saying, I love my hours, but I like to have a shelf at the
So
top.
mine, myself,
Both of them. Yeah,
like, never on people like, you know, feeling bad about it. They have the show look like I even went up a size, thinking, you know, I've just gone fit fine, it's gonna be grand.
Yeah.
But now when I came, like, it was very full size, too small. I'm going, oh my god, I'm devastated.
Maybe you're delusional. I'm like, oh, that'd be lovely now. It's so and then it comes and like, what am I thinking? And then I go, you're going, that's not brilliant. And then God, that's one thing that I'm so.
You know, again, you look at someone and you go, oh, that really made it look so great. So I feel all like that. I didn't get it. So,
No, it sounded like in the nice people all the time about leather dress and Mabel. And I thought, one had one on. I didn't win one. Oh, jeez, and there's one came up in black.
that moment I meant it.
Did it?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't want it. I told you that. But I remember putting on the black one. I stood up and I thought, God, I really like that. I look so funky. It looks gorgeous. And I sat down. And I wish you looked like a refuge sack sitting in the corner. That was the end of it. No more leather dress.
Oh, no, I do love the dress. Do love it. And that green one was actually gorgeous. Let me catch
Yeah, that was a master.
Yes, that was right. It was a lovely dress.
Yeah. But, yeah, so that was it. So that's our trip to Dreamy Corners. But we had, some of us had a very busy time last week. Wasn't it, Siobhan?
Very busy, yeah.
Yes.
Started a new job in the last couple of weeks. Yeah, so I'm employed. At least I know I'm employed. Yeah, so back in more of the employment and back full time.
Yeah.
So that's a bit of a change. Doing something totally different. It's not in fashion. Don't have to deal with the public. I do deal with the public, but I don't deal on the floor with the public.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say obviously where I'm working, but I will tell you it's completely different and I absolutely love it. And I didn't know if I would like it, to be honest with you, because it's a huge change. But yeah, I love it. I do love it. And I work in full time, which I find like is completely different for me because I done 4 days kind of at a mat.
Yeah.
Now I would have done the 5th day, I would have done that modeling, I was doing stuff for myself. But it was always kind of at me on time the 5th day.
Yeah.
But yeah, 5 days and yeah, love it. And I had a little trip to the north training as well. Yeah.
Well, we were excited because she said no down in the south office. And I'm like, oh, she's in the south. She was up in the north first, and now she's down in the south. So she's very, very, I would say, industrious. Corporate down there. Down south, when I'm down south, and I should thought back going south again.
Yeah, I don't know. I was very, very, very nervous, I have to say. And to be honest with you, I did when I first got offered this job, I didn't take it. I told you I didn't take it. Didn't think it'd be right for me. Did go for the interview, obviously. Got the job. No, didn't think, no, definitely not for me. And they rang me back and asked me, and I said, no. Then they rang me another time and said, oh, look, come here, I think you'd be a good fit. And then I said, oh, I don't know about it. You know what I mean? It's totally different than what I've been doing. But no, I have to say, and I will say to you, know what they say, like, you should always try something that makes you a bit nervous. And, you know, I have to tell you that made me nervous. It was a huge thing for me.
Oh, yeah, it's a different, well, it's full time for a start.
Yeah.
So it's a different commitment, it's a different level of commitment.
Yeah.
It's completely different to what you're doing.
Yeah.
And something that you said yourself you wouldn't be very familiar with.
Not at all.
But you picked up.
Not at all. And I surprised myself how quick I picked it up, to be honest with you, because I'm totally illiterate when it comes to computers and all that.
You're not totally illiterate. You just have no patience.
It's something I can do. You know what I mean? Dad, you didn't even go to do that. You should go do it like too. Yeah, I wouldn't do my thing. Like I just so agitated. I'm thinking there, no, I'm not moving fast enough. And you're like, yeah, tell the thing that happened. Yeah, but no, in all honesty, yeah, no, I'm delighted. I am delighted now, and I love it. And I'm a few weeks in now, and I have to say, yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, enjoying it. And the other thing I will say to you is, and this might sound a bit funny because as you get older, obviously you don't want to be standing on your feet for 8 hours. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like that's the reality of it. We're all getting older, and it's great. But if you were working full time, I don't think I could work full time and 8 hours every day on my feet. No. I don't think I could. To be 100% honest with you, I don't think I could. I'm not obviously. I'm not doing that anymore. So I'm not coming home and I'm not knackered in the evening. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Whereas I can come home and it's like I haven't even worked, to be honest with you. I don't feel that kind of dread, that tiredness and the pressure. And as well as that, I'm not managerial. I'm just going in, doing my job and coming home. So it's actually, I'm really enjoying it. So far, so good. And as well as that, it is a healthy workplace. It's a very healthy workplace. Which is really important. Yeah, I'm very, very lucky because from 6 on the get-go, there is very much everything is in system. Your breaks is there, your lunches is there, and everything is systematic. Everything is as it should be. If we have a problem, we go to HR. Everything is controlled in a proper environment. And yeah, I have to say it's lovely, and you're very comfortable in that position. And everybody's lovely. I have yet to meet somebody that I've been, oh, okay. And it's a big company, so yeah, everyone's lovely. Yeah, no, that's what I think that's what's most important. And it's actually funny you should say that. I met somebody yesterday, and it kind of tells them what we're talking about. The backhanded compliment. Yeah. They said they were asking about, said hello to me and they were asking about you. And I was saying, we're flying it, we're getting on great. And I said, Siobhan has started a new job. And said, oh, where's she gone to? That was a shop. And I said, no, it's not a shop, it's our retail altogether. And I said, I'm not exactly sure what it is, but she's flunk. She's in Bow's office. What it is, but I know who she is. I said, I don't know what we're going to put in the sound office. And she said, and who's been doing the celebrant thing? I know when they say the celebrant thing. And I said, I am, yeah. And are you busy? I said, yes, I'm busy, yeah. Yeah, it's a great job, isn't it? Because I'm very tired now, and I get very tired. I'm standing on my feet, and then I shouldn't do, and I'm looking at her like I'm going to slap the head of you any minute. I don't know what. Just before I got there, I was going in to pick up something in Boots, and I met them, and I had just come from doing London, and I was ready to pass out. I was so tired. Like they must think I just sit in my hole. Until I say, that has happened a few times because we've been together when we were working even, and people had come in and they'd say the same thing to you. That was actually, it was a little bit of a grind for me now. Because I won't say, and I'm not just saying because she's sitting beside me, because I would not do Nicola's job, not for love nor money. I have always dealt with the public, always my whole life, never had a problem dealing with the public. I actually love it, I enjoy it. Yeah. But when I tell you to do her job, I would not do it. Yeah. And I'm not saying every bride is bridezilla. I'm not saying that at all. No, so we're dealing with somebody that is trying to put everything together and the pressure is on them. Yeah. And we're dealing with that. I'm not going to say backlash because that's not the right word. No. But you're dealing with that environment. You're taking on everyone's emotions. So I have to tell you, there is not all the money in China without doing your job. And I thought it was very funny that people come out and go do that job. No, honest to God, I just would not have the patience for that. No. And in fairness, I will say one thing, because Nicola takes calls like that I would not take. She takes them in the morning, she takes them in the evening, sometimes she does. No, honest to God, she does. Like, she takes calls at all sorts of times. Well, I know it's part of your job, but I'm saying to you, you do go above and beyond. I go above and beyond, yeah, because I think when you put yourself into that capacity, the one I put myself into, that it's like if somebody becomes famous and they say, "Oh, it's like no." No, I like the Beatles and all. I'm not excited. No, it's useless. I'm not. We're not that famous. But no, I'm just saying, if somebody becomes famous and then they moan about
the accent coverage about the being the celebrity. And I know it can be challenging and stuff, but it's like I would say to couples when they book me or when I'm chatting, if there's anything you want to text me about, it doesn't even have to be ceremony. Just give me a text. It could be anything.
And yeah, like, and I don't and they need to text her.
Yeah, they might just need to vent because everyone that you know is around you. You can't vent to them about your wedding or about something in your wedding or somebody might have gotten your nerves or whatever. But like there's that side, but then there's the other side. Like I done 2 weddings last weekend and I'll have to tell you a funny story as well later on. Back and the compliment. One of the weddings, the groom actually lost his in the end of last year, December. So that was a big, big emotional ceremony. And so you have to be aware of that going in. They're always rocked after it. And everybody, they were so lovely and I still on the chat and they were all great and they loved the ceremony and they said thank you for I was so like empathetic in that during the ceremony and not pushing around the carpet. Like, you know, you can't fluff it up. You think, oh, you light a memory candle in memory of their father and that's it. No, it's more than that.
Yeah.
And then yesterday, I actually done a wedding yesterday for, it was 2 lovely girls who got married last year and they had to postpone because one of their members was.
I'm not laughing at that. I didn't even make it. I'm laughing at really no, you know, you get time to robbed.
When you listen to this podcast, really, so if you take your fingers.
We're all trying to do it times. You know, you're experienced.
Well, a while ago, but I know the 2 women anyway, they got married yesterday and they were supposed to marry last year, but they rang me last year and they said, look, one of their mums wasn't well and we don't know what to do. And I said, well, chances are if you hold off, she could pass away the morning of the wedding.
Yeah.
And you don't want that. You don't want it at any time. But you don't want that to be
that would be worse. Yeah, that would be worse.
So maybe hold off for next year. So they did. So I actually done the ceremony yesterday. So I also done my mother's funeral last year. And so yesterday I wore this bright pink dress and a white jacket, something I wouldn't usually wear, but it was bright pink and my hair was different, which was great. And I just went into that room with a different energy, and that's what it's about. It's not just about working holes in a sheet of paper and saying do you do, it's bringing energy into the room. So that's like people don't get that.
Yeah.
They don't get much love I put into my mouth. No, I love what I do.
Yeah.
I love what I do.
And even like the funerals, because I have to tell you, I do sneak in like and do your funerals a few times. So I do sneak in. And you know what it is, and
most normal people who watching, you know, gate crash the wedding, but
I looked at them online. No, you know what? Like in fairness, so I will say that about you. Like you give it 150%, never mind 110.
Yeah.
And you know what? So and you put a lot of work into it, and there's a lot of behind the scenes that people don't see. So it does kind of go on me a little bit when somebody walks up. Oh yeah, like oh yeah, I'd love to do that. Like I don't know what to do it myself now. I might just do that. I might just do that because like it's so easy. No, it's not.
Yeah, no, it's not.
No, it's not easy.
But it's not really. It's like you're going into a new job. It's not easy to push that out there. I mean, we did talk about this before.
No,
we didn't tell you that she had a new job or she was getting a new job or she was thinking a new job, but she had interviewed, and that in itself was a process.
It was huge. Yeah, it was huge.
Yeah.
Like, and we did speak about this with the interviews and all that, and you know what I mean, and the different things people asked you. And I know what somebody got back to us and actually said, yeah, that they don't have a right to actually a new employer doesn't have a right. And like as I said to you, some of their business say not applicable, mind your own business. But I will say to you, for me, it was out of my comfort zone, out of what I know my whole life. So on the flip side of that, I will say to you, take the chance. Take the chance. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. What difference does it make?
Yeah.
What difference does it make? And I think we, as we get older, we stop taking chances.
Yeah. So
And then we're comfortable in our surrounding.
you know, because like we like put everything out before we start recording the podcast usually, but you were certain that you were going to fail.
I was certain I was going to fail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like everyone else that knows or said no, you won't fail.
Yeah.
Just go on and give it a go.
Yeah.
And Tilda was great.
Tilda was brilliant. About Sunday names, by the way. So Tilda McCall, no, she wasn't great. So she kind of gave me a little bit of look up the woman and says, like, come in and tell you now, Mama, like, what difference does it make? What, like, why are you so afraid to, like, try and you're going to be fine. You're thinking this through. You take it too much. You know what I mean? Just go for it. Like, everyone, even me said, like, just go for it. Fine. What difference does it make? And you know what? Then when I look back now, because I mean, I remember like when I first started the training and I was coming back on the train and it was the most beautiful day.
Oh, God.
And I was sitting there and looking out the window and I just had a little thing to myself. I go, why didn't I try this years ago?
Yeah.
What made me stick? Like I know it made me stick. I was comfortable.
Yeah.
I was comfortable in what I knew. I was comfortable. I knew it from start to finish, to back to front. I knew how to do it. I knew how to style. I knew how to rock up and do the things. I knew how to do the management thing. It was all there. I knew how to do it. You know what I mean? There was a little bit of learning, obviously, on different jobs, stuff like that. But I mean, in general, I was comfortable there.
Yeah.
And it was
That's what happens.
it was nice to actually get out of my comfort zone and actually say to yourself then, you know what, you actually do that.
Get out of your comfort zone and realise your abilities, Siobhan.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Realise your abilities. I don't know still, but anyway.
No. Well, 3 weeks ago, if someone had told you to be doing what you're doing today, would you have believed them?
No.
There you go. Now you realise your ability.
No.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Get out and just take the chance. If it doesn't work out, no, look, there's no.
What are you afraid of?
I'll tell you what you're afraid of. Most people are afraid of other people's opinions.
Well, that was my next thing. I was just going to say that to you because everybody has a voice on somebody else's life, don't they? Like they think they have a right to say things to you. They think they have a right to, to make a comment. And even if it is only a small comment, well, I think you do grand. Like the back and the compliments. Yeah, you probably will be all right. Yeah, you probably will be all right.
And you might manage that.
Yeah.
But sure, if you don't want to,
yeah.
Well, see, that's it.
It's not what you normally do, is it?
Yes, people love. I don't know what it is. People like Irish people have an awful habit of knocking people.
Yeah.
Not all Irish people, of course. It's not everybody, but some people have a habit of knocking people, and when you're at your most vulnerable. Like if you had came to me 3 weeks away, this one fucking 3 weeks away. Now. You came to me 3 weeks ago, and we had that conversation about starting the job and you nervous about the job and like we hashed out saying what's making me nervous whatsoever. And I could have been the person that said, well, maybe you're not able for it, Siobhan.
Yeah.
Maybe you should look for something else.
No, in fairness, like you were right because like I just wasn't sure. I knew that. Like at home here, these all were backing me. But were they backing me because I was their mom or Willie's wife? What is that the reason they were backing me? No, you know what I mean? Is that the reason? Because people, someone will back them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then, like, some they might be think like, they're backing me because they think, that way, they're hardly going to say something different.
Yeah.
Now I have to tell you, Willie is brutally honest. I was talking to Nicola and said, Nicola, what do you think? Like, you know what I mean? And she gave me like Nicola is like. She's like an owl. She's like an owl. She's like wise as I don't know what. But anyway, so she goes like, oh, well, what about this or what about that or what do you think of it? You know what I mean? And we trashed it out. And by the time I had left and after talking to you, then I'm going, you know what? I actually think I've made the right decision. You know what I mean? I felt good about the whole thing.
You know what it is? You don't question somebody. You just ask them how they feel about it.
Yeah.
And then you end up talking yourself into it.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't really do anything.
No, you didn't. But you know what? You made me see all the different points. You made me see all the different things that, you know what I mean, that, like, all the positives. You said, like, you know what? Sure, look, it doesn't matter. Will you, like,
yeah.
And she did say watching, like, will you stay if you don't like it?
Yeah.
Like, and you know what? I said, will I stay if I don't like it? No.
Well then.
Do you know what? No. And I was comfortable with that decision. I was comfortable that if I didn't like it, that was okay.
Move on.
That was okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's the other thing. So that was my good news. I'm the office. I'm flying. I am. I'm flying. I'm nearly up there with Nicola now. I'm not saying this is normal, but I'm nearly from parents who are on all those. I'm not saying you this until I'm still getting to tell you. Kind of going on for one corner.
He gets the money to work for it. He don't fall on the bus. And I'd often say to him, I'm going to Newbridge now. And he'd be there, shall I give you a lift in? And he'd say, I know, I'll get the bus. He knows phone our local link.
You've done this song.
It's social life.
Yeah, I'm saying it's great song.
No one's going on the lovely. So we're in and he's, I was going to say an undertaker. He's a caretaker in the graveyard. He retired from the army and then he got this position as a caretaker in the graveyard and he absolutely adores it. He sends me pictures of graveyards and videos every day. I'm not able to cope with it. But he's going in the bus and he gets a bus in a town and he gets bus. You know, Tony was standing waiting on the bus one day last week and this woman stopped. I don't know if you're listening now, you know, tell me who you are, because we know it now. And she's out so hard. Hello? And you need your husband. And he said, yeah. And she said, I'm going to Robinson. I'm Robinson. I'm in there. I get enough phone. And he went to the car. I said, she's from where I was. She was in the military. No, thank God it's phone. I'm waiting on the bus and he said, well, she just said, you know, Mr. Man's husband. And I couldn't say no then. So I went in and thanks, Alex. Well, she knew, you know how many kids she had, you know what last one, her husband's name, where the family, you know everything. What was her name? I don't know. Said that. No, I'm saying you was chuffed to go that. Of course. That's it. Sorry, John. During lockdown, when lockdown was happening, well, you wouldn't have known me at this stage.
No.
When lockdown happened in 2020.
I'm scared the last 3 years.
Now I was in the government. Can't go with me. Now I know it's lockdown, obviously everyone was lockdown, everyone was scared, everyone was terrified. So what I did was I purchased bingo books online.
Yeah.
So I could download them and print them. So I could print multiple bingo books. And I left them in the local shop and in the post office. And people could go down and pick up however many books they wanted. And I could send them a link and they could print off their own pages. And say you went up and picked 4 books for this house. So you played it in your own house. And every Sunday, 3 o'clock.
And you made the books and all.
Yeah, I made them, put them out into the shop and everything.
God, you were so good, weren't you?
And me and Mammy so with more from Mammy than anything, but it was good that other people got involved. So every Sunday at 3 o'clock, we called the numbers live on Facebook. So if you were playing in your own house, you were playing amongst yourself. So, like, you weren't winning that off of me. You were winning among yourself. Winning among yourself. So we'd each play 5 1 and whatever for each game, blah, blah, blah. So it was worked. The money end was in your own house.
On your own house.
So then we did this thing. I had to ban Mammy then. We did this thing then, if you sent in a request, because some local businesses gave us prizes.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So we had this thing going. So
you know, the big, like when I say big, like what did it become big? Did it become like a lot of people maybe go, oh yeah, that's what I mean. It's fantastic.
There was a couple of 100 people that would tune in to watch it.
Oh my God.
And some people wouldn't even get bingo. I mean, like there's a woman, there's a couple of people in England, a couple of people in Spain, people used to tune in just because people were thriving, like, craving learn. Yeah, so, like, they felt like they'd been in a social event after being there. And, like, they'd be chatting through the chat and everything and the whole lot. But then I asked people to send in requests, and I said, if you have any requests, send them in, and your name goes into the draw then for a hamper. The price. So, but Ben used to help out as well. We used to do it on Sunday. Me and Mammy get a kitchen table, and one used to be helping out. But then, as soon as we start going live, my father used to go in and in and out the wine business, and he used to stop and look down and old dirty looking wall again. And Vincent, I was laughing. But Ben decided to turn walking. He's out walking the dogs one Monday or Tuesday after. And then he's sitting there and kids all excited. And I go, oh, Manny, it's Ben, the man. Bingo one. So swear to God, the funniest part, Siobhan, is no Siobhan in Robertson, right? We almost walk away. Lads, it is divine. So absolutely, they do this chicken kebab.
But you're not chicken in there.
No. Not at all. No, I'm going to be right, Siobhan. You should not look at me.
I'm just getting that trying to meet the heart in
there. I haven't had a Chinese roll then. Oh no, the chickpeas sandwich, but I got the raw takeaway. And someone done a video around the village and said,
seen
this
it,
was
yeah.
and raw takeaway. And they were like, oh my God, you like it so good. She mentioned this, blah, blah, blah. And then we're going and Ben goes down to order something. Then he went down a couple of weeks ago and she said, she must feel the chips. I didn't know what I'm going for. And so you know, again, oh, I don't know where we were. I was actually down in Castletown. I got home on Monday. Yeah. And Ben was after that, of course, Sunday night as well. And two of us were home over, we're sitting on the couch, and I said to him, what do you want for dinner? And he said, oh, I don't know. I said, we'll get a takeaway. And I said, I don't mind. Because you got one for the Sunday before as well. Yeah. And I said to him, oh, we're getting it like this, yeah. And he said, I'm not going down there. If you want something down there, you're going to go down. She said, that's to be how the only going. So what did you know? You're famous in our chip shops. We're famous in our local chip shop. But, no, the friends are photography because someone get a better lift. Something about it. Yeah. So, it's a combination of life, I think. It's not just like famous from, jeez, I wouldn't be that naive to think you're famous from TikTok or Instagram or whatever. It's a combination of people you meet in life. And one of you always said there's a new Nico Park in Amsterdam, by the way. They live around. It's worth going down there for the day. You should go down.
It's actually lovely. It is actually lovely.
The patch all week was closed. But I got down for the second half and I went in, it was a little jewellery stall. I said to the girl at the jewellery stall, we were busy all day. And she said, parked out. Well, I said, I missed the start for that. I had to go and do a wedding. And she said, what do you mean you do a wedding? And I said, I do a wedding with the wall. What do you mean? You're singing? I said, no, I was married. And she went, oh, I didn't do that. And I said, oh, dear, geez. She said, I might be needing you next year. Ah. And I thought I'd turn around, there's a man following drinking home a tea, and she pointed at home, and he said, are you Duck's mom's daughter? And I said, yeah. And he said, I worked with your father. Well, I said, I've news for you. I worked with you as well. And he said, you did not? I said, I did. So he said, you're not Nicola. I said, the very same. I don't believe it. So we worked together 38 years ago. 38 years ago, yeah. And it's funny because, like,
God, it's scary, isn't it? How quick the years go.
But, like, I said to Ben, I said it to Ben during this week, people that I would have known in the past life, we'll say, when I worked in a hotel in Robertstown, when I worked in Runnymore, when I worked in the Thatch in Killinard, like, people from my past life come back to connect with me. And that says a lot about a person when you can keep connections like that going. Oh. Like, that's, to me now.
You are very sociable now, Nicola, in fairness.
I'm sometimes a bit too sociable. Sometimes I'm a little bit too sociable.
Yes, I can agree with that. Yeah. No, you are very sociable. I tell you now, above everything. Jeez, I feel like I'm not giving you loads of compliments.
Did you?
Yeah.
I won't have to listen to this back if you know.
I'm saying I'm giving you loads of compliments. I'm going to tell you what, you're very kind.
Very kind.
You're a very kind person.
Right, okay.
Yeah, you're very kind, and you're kind to everybody you meet. You're a very, very kind person. Sure. And when you do something or give something to somebody, I think, well, me personally, I think you can feel, the recipient feels it. I think you can feel it's given with kindness or it's said with kindness or whatever it is. I think there's a lovely warmth. There's too much. There's a lovely, I know people say about awe and all that. There's a lovely awe, there's a lovely kindness, there's a lovely way. You have a lovely way. You have this lovely, you have kind of a sharp edge. You do have a lovely, honestly, when you give something or do something for somebody, I think you can feel it. You can feel that's done with kindness and goodness. Do you know what sometimes you can, like, and I would think I'm guilty of it definitely at times where I do something for somebody. I feel that maybe they don't realise that I've done it because I genuinely wanted to do it. Yeah. But I don't think they feel it from me like I think that people feel it from you.
That's an interesting one.
Like you have a lovely, there's a lovely, when you do something for somebody or you say something, you feel like, yeah, that's actually coming from the heart.
Yeah. And it's funny now because, like, I would say the same. I'd say that you're a very kind person. I'd say you're way softer than I am now.
Oh, way softer than me.
Way softer. Like, I mean, when it comes to emotions now, even though I suppose I'd be around a lot more emotion than what I would have.
Once you definitely not be crying.
You're quite big, they've been fought.
Yeah, no, I'm darling.
Yeah, I was.
You wonder who's in the celery.
Yeah, I was very close with her yesterday. Yesterday was a touch and go moment for me.
Weddings I'd be funny.
Yeah, weddings can be actually more emotional. I did borrow a wedding Monday, but now
Do you know the great song got
yeah.
put on? Oh, the chances we found out one
You
day.
see, when I'm doing a wedding, I ask them what their songs are, so I know beforehand, so I can desensitize myself to the song. Because even the old wedding, Siobhan, I listen to my own wedding songs for months beforehand because every time we put on, our first dance was really nice, so
Yeah.
and you know the opening. I put it on.
It's one of that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like, yeah. I desensitize myself to the songs before they happen, but I did get caught with a couple that I married 2 years ago now, and they had two little gorgeous little children, and the eldest chap actually is a teenager now. Like
Oh my
he's just gone. But anyway, he's non-verbal and he was in a wheelchair. And then the second little girl lived with Down syndrome, and she had I didn't know at the time that when you have Down syndrome, you actually suffer with heart issues as well.
Oh,
So she had a whole when she was only 3, and she's beautiful. But I didn't know the morning of the wedding. I was standing at the top of the aisle with her daddy, and one of the family said to me, they've trained her to walk on her own.
Oh,
And he had never seen her, nor her mammy had never seen her walking, no, I had never seen her walking. I'm like, oh, she come up flying, I'm like, I'm gone, I can't even, I'm not able. And then I grabbed himself and I started the ceremony, and then during the ceremony I spoke about the note. I went over to meet them in the house, and I said, do you know, sometimes you build yourself up about worry about
Yeah.
silly things, but they don't feel silly at the time.
yeah.
And I said, the night I went over to meet these two in the house, and then I started crying. I actually started crying during the ceremony, and I said, I'm really sorry now, but I came out there and I felt so humbled by what I saw, just pure love. They were faced with such challenges, and I came out of that room feeling so humbled.
And then I started around.
Just different. I'm just standing there. So I'm supposed to be the professional. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm thinking one actually. I'm not going to do that, lads. And they all both start laughing then. So I'm trying to cover it up. But yeah, you'll be very sorry. I'll be good at kind of, yeah, chin up and moving on.
Yeah, no, I'd be very, very soft.
It's a bad thing. Sometimes it's a bad thing because there's such a thing as toxic positivity. Have you ever heard of what?
No.
Yeah, toxic positivity is that if you are suffering with something, that's bothering you, something that's negative or, that's troubling you or whatever, and you mask it over and you move on, like you put a smile on it, it'll be fine. You're pushing down the emotions and they build up then, and it's toxic, becomes toxic.
I definitely would say I'm guilty of that. Yeah,
Everybody is, and you don't realise, you don't know what it is.
yeah, I'd say I'm definitely guilty of that.
And it's funny because I met a man the other day and I said to him, well, how are you? And I said, I'm not great. And I said, what's wrong? Are you pointed like this? He said, I don't know, just something. And he kept rubbing his chest. And I said, did you go get checked out? And he said, yeah. He said, I got checked out and everything came back clear. They've done angiograms and scans and x-rays, ultrasounds, and all that. And then he said to me, it's such a one's anniversary today. His sister, he lost his sister to a really
Yeah.
Yeah, and I said, what? And he said, and he just lost his mother and a brother. And I said, you do know there's such a thing as emotional sickness. And he said, Jesus, he said, I didn't think of that. But I said, there you go, emotional sickness. And he said, he masks everything, everybody does. Including me. Like, I'll cover it all, move on, get up, get on with it, and that's it. And I do want to say, keep the head up and the heart follows. Sometimes though it doesn't work. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
There's a fine line between wallowing in things and pretending all is okay. There's a fine line. Like, you have to find a happy medium. You have to acknowledge emotions as well.
Yeah.
You're very deep today, Siobhan. You are when you talk.
I'm very nice, yes.
Conk.
Come on, plug. No,
where do you want to go? I'm doing a pillow tomorrow. lovely wedding tomorrow. And when I finish that wedding,
Oh, yeah.
I'm tipping up the road a few minutes to Ballyshannon and Donegal.
Tipping up the road a few minutes.
Yeah, 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
2.5 hours to Ballyshannon in Donegal. And this whole weekend was accidental. Myself and Ben have a voucher for the Great Northern in Bundoran since we got married. And
Great Northern's lovely, isn't it?
Great Northern's lovely. So I said to Ben a couple of times, should we go here? Oh, I can't, I have to work with him. He hates leaving the church. In fairness, he's been looking after the Dutch as well because Accrington is a little bit. She's getting on a bit, and she was a bit unwell the last couple of weeks. So we're now going minds her. So he went up today and polished all the seats in church 11 for the communion tomorrow. Like, and that's not his job. But
They're not in that church. Yes, well,
none of them Mr. Rhodes. No, do not know him. Yeah, so I said to him, look, do you know what? Then when we go to Bundoran on Sunday and Monday night, and we'll use the voucher then because over 50s get a special rate portion. Yeah. So
he didn't have any book the over 50s. So
no, he didn't. He never came up. He doesn't like that. He doesn't like being over his 15 now. But so we go to the voucher, and then something from up on my feed, obviously,
59.
55.
55.
He wants him to pass out altogether. It's called 55 this year. So then something up for the Donegal flat is on in Ballyshannon, which is 10 minutes from Bundoran. And I said to him, feck it now. We had a one up. So I said, do you know what? Do you fancy going on to Ballyshannon? We see if we can get the dogs minded. We go on to Ballyshannon after we do the wedding. We do Saturday night in Ballyshannon, and then we go on to Bundoran. Yeah, only 10 minutes. So we can get a taxi back into Ballyshannon if we fancy. It's Sunday. Happy days. And he said, yeah. So then I said about coming up here to do the wedding. And then I said, well, do you know what? I could go Friday. We could check in, go for a swim, get a dinner, go down, meet Siobhan, do the podcast, and happy days. Yeah. So that's what we did. So we're not in the whole life.
So then, yeah, so tell you, she'll tell you then, yeah, right, that she's now famous. So we have 3 hotels there. We might know it's 2 hotels, the butler. I mean, I think go home very well. I know I'm not.
There's a difference between being famous and having emotions.
And Ben got a few vacancies this week, which is more than Ben gets on a lot of times.
Ben is in Batting Park now, so he's in recoup at the moment. He's a Dublin. He's right tired. I'll say he's asleep.
He can't sort. He's on the floor for a romantic night, right?
Well, not at all, lads. He'll be snowing his head off now when I go back there. But I have to say the pool is beautiful and the hotel is gorgeous. Definitely. What about an old visit up beside Dunshaughlin?
You know what? If anyone does out Dunshaughlin, go to Ballybane Road. Well, don't go Corha.
I went the Corha Road. The Corha.
No, it's funny the Corha Road.
Where do you think you're going like that? To be not the for the getting it away.
No, that one to see Swans. Swans for the that's a lovely, lovely pub. A lovely, lovely pub.
I think I was in Swans before.
I'd say you probably were. She was not hard to You got to see Emerald Park. Emerald Park. I'm like, I want that. I want to go near it though. No. So then what was you got here for me?
I want on backwards though.
But why didn't you be on the backwards finger?
Because I'm organic driving.
Oh, you're not going, don't settle once. No.
Which is funny, I've said to her, Toronto Bob Rolls, but you're from 14 from Glasgow. Like, where did you bring me at all? It's mental. Completely mental.
I don't know how to do that now, watch across that way. But I'm delighted you got it.
Yeah, anyway, well, now look at the time we talk. We're meant to, this one happens, we talk after beforehand. We're meant to talk about backhanded compliments.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And this is what I was saying, right, during the week. Somebody said to me the other day, how is the podcast going? And I said, yeah, it's going really well. I said, I think we've, 10 or 11 episodes or whatever it was at this stage. And, oh, very good. And you're enjoying it. Yeah, we're really enjoying it. And, God, you're very brave. I said, what do you mean? You're brave, like, you're not afraid to put yourself out there. Like, what are you going to do? Because I'm the fucking stairs. Tell me how to get over, like.
Like, we're not doing on Sam's.
I'm going with young Spanish. I'm going to go to the cow. I'm going to put on me a corporal, you don't mind. But you're very brave. I mean, how am I brave? Because I'm not like a normal, average size, whatever human being or what. I don't know what that meant. You're very brave. But it wasn't all like well done brave. It was like you're very brave. It was like the brave I got when I went to Plan that time. Oh, fair play to you, you're very brave, because I was modelling up on stage with size 8s.
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand when people do that. Like, I don't get it. I don't get like to me. If I see something in somebody that I probably it wasn't my taste or it wasn't, I wouldn't nothing.
Yeah, you say that, like, you wouldn't just, I don't know, it just drives me
But you
insane.
know what it is? I think it's like, sure, I didn't insult her. I gave her a compliment, but I want to actually rise too much. I just keep my finger on the button.
Yeah.
That's what it's like, isn't it? It's like,
Yeah. And it's like, you know what, it's like when people say, God, you've a lovely face. And like, what's the rest of it?
it is. And you know what? Like, in fairness, over the years, I would have got that a million times.
Yeah.
And you're really good look. You're really good looking, aren't you? You have a lovely face, haven't you? Or you've got a lovely smile. You have a lovely smile, haven't you?
Yeah.
You've got a lovely smile, haven't you? Oh no, sorry. Am I missing? Like, am I just on your head up? Like, am I missing the one part here? Like, I tell on. I'm not anyway. I'm not going into the morning. I'm not there.
Remember, there was a woman called me Mammy in the Railwater one day. Mammy was after buying this Corsa Jesus scooter, and she bought twice is all she bought her. Once we went to the range, and I think I walked 10 kilometres. A scooter, a mobility scooter.
Let me sit on.
Yeah, no, she got me down one. She got me down one weekend, and she made Cody bring her to buy this scooter, and they text me, and I said, "I don't give a shit."
Did I find it in the car?
No, because I'm useless. She got a mountain, two more asses. It was a ton fucking mate. Boosh, but like it didn't fold up. The handbars went down and the seat went up. I'm full of life. I have no discs left to me back. Like, but we went into the high water. She went to the range and she had a great day in the range. And then we went to the high water one Sunday, and this really rude man, if I swear to God, if he ever come in front of me again, I'd stone him. Remember, he was sitting in the scooter and he walked straight for her. And she got all uneasy because she couldn't move it out of the way. Instead of him just going walk, he walked right up to the wheel of the scooter and made
like in Paris. It
takes a bit. And he had a teenage boy with him, and the man stepped over and looked at her like she was shit. And the teenage boy said, "Oh, I'm really sorry." And I said, "Don't be sorry. At least you had the manners to acknowledge it." Thank you.
Do you know what? That's just what you did. One fella,
it wasn't a case of trot filling, trot roll.
No.
But I said to him, "You'd rather get a cup of coffee," because she was like, "What? Trot filling, trot fold."
Trot filling, trot fold.
Trot fold.
Oh, fold. Okay.
Fold.
It's like, you know.
Yeah. What the middle goes to fold goes.
Okay, so it was in the bump, he's in the marrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trot fold. Same thing.
It's
now an educational podcast.
Yeah.
But everybody, we came out and we said we're going to get a cup, because she was actually shook up on it, like. And this woman came up and she's started talking. Oh my God, she was about an hour and a half there. And I was getting weak listening to her. Oh my God. And she kept saying, "Yous girls," about me and my sisters, like, "Oh, yous girls, yous are always so pretty. Your face is so pretty. You're always so pretty." And blah, blah, blah. And I thought, she says that once more. And then she turned around and said, and I mean, like, the clothes something in weird. Like, I mean, I'd be amazed.
But you're not in his life?
Yeah, oh my gosh. I'm like, give me a break. And that was just something, it was something that kind of, it's something that sat with me this week, because there's a couple of backhanded compliments. And I was and I feel like I'm bursting out, Siobhan. I'm bursting out of it now this week. I just feel I have hung back in the shadows for a lot of my life. And I think part of it comes from being a carer, because being a carer, everybody wants you to do the job, but nobody wants anybody else in there doing the job.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I kind of learned, to just do what I'm doing in the background.
You don't do the recognition.
Yes.
Doing it.
So I think now I'm kind of like, no, this is who I am. And I am bloody sure nobody's going to put me back into a corner or stamp on me or make me feel any less than I'm worth. And we had this conversation, and me and you chat as well, to say that you have to know your worth, like, and you do now know your worth in your new job.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Oh, look at it! Oh, she's so happy.
Why did I got
It's
this?
not like when finished series, I mean, mentioned that was a job that was not good for the soul.
No.
To be honest, like it wasn't good for the soul. Wasn't good for the confidence. Wasn't.
No,
good
I'll
for
tell you, and it knocked you. It's definitely knocked.
yeah, you kind of,
Yeah.
we dealt with who we were,
Yeah.
I suppose. And that's what I mean, like, it's a healthy workplace is the best place to work in. Doesn't matter what the job is.
Yeah, yeah.
But the job we came out of, not just for six.
You second guessed yourself.
Yeah,
You just felt that.
It's not all I'm working.
Yeah,
That,
is this, am I supposed to take this?
Yeah.
Is this normal? Is this what's expected? Am I supposed to just stand there and say nothing and like, and never, defend yourself or say, you know what, hang on, this is wrong.
yeah,
So, and even if you did, who are you even saying it to?
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, it does take a lot to walk away from a safe place,
Yeah,
from
yeah.
a comfortable place. But by all means, and living proof beside me here, if someone in work is not treating you well, or a job is not good to you, or it's affecting your mental health or your physical health, because they're both connected. So if you're mentally struggling in a job, get the fuck out of there, lads. There is 110 jobs out there, and you will always find something that suits you that puts a smile like that back in your face. And that's exactly what you should do. So well done, Siobhan. Thank you. Well done, Siobhan. It wasn't easy,
No, it was huge. It was huge because, and as I say to you earlier on, like it's so different than what I was used to. But you know what? Don't be afraid to take the chance. I took the chance. I'm living the proof that I want to dream, and you know what? It's funny. It's funny because you know what? I always said that. So in every job that I've ever been, the girls that would up from wherever, they'd say, I'm trying to say, I'm living the dream, living the dream.
Yeah.
And we say, if anyone tells you they're not living the dream, they're fucking liars. And but that was no thing, living the dream. And funny, I was talking to some girls on the phone, and they're like, how you fun? And I said, oh, I'm living the dream, you're here now, bother on me.
Yeah. I mean, loads of people contacted us from the last job we're in, and for that we are very thankful and very grateful.
It was a great time.
It was a great time. Yeah, it was a great time for the people that we met through there.
Yeah.
And
I met some lovely people.
Yeah.
And I appreciate every single one.
yeah, so do I.
Yeah.
But that's it now. So I think we have that one up for this week. And
So there you go. Like long as man, there we go. We got strong off again.
you know what? We're not two brown teenagers that haven't seen each other in a month. We're like, no. But like, you're working all week, so
Yeah.
I suppose you've been locked in an office, you're locked in a room, up north and down south, or in the back of the cupboard, or whatever the hell you want. Do you know what I mean? So you're settled, and it's the end of the week. You know, your weekend's starting now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then I got to see my friend that found a way to the jockey. So
Yay! There was good luck. Oh, good. But come here, thanks again for tuning in, and we'll talk to you soon. Don't forget to email us on
absolutely on this big life at yahoo.com. I can't believe you. Tap the board. Have a simple week. Don't be afraid to take chances and hang on in there. Bye.
We talk. Hey, you made it. Take a breath. This is your moment. Right here, right now. We talk big dreams, small steps, real days, messy hearts, and finding our way. Welcome to this big life, where the little things change everything. Pull up a chair, press play, let's groove, let's live, yeah, this big life.